Okay, so I'm out here on Hardangervidda, which is a nature reserve pretty much in the middle of Norway. And so we're on the top of the mountains right now. We got our tent set up, got a fire going. It's middle of the night. It's 12 o'clock actually, isn't it? Yeah. And we thought just for tonight we'd just relax a little bit and focus on doing something a little bit more tomorrow. So tomorrow we're actually going to go out towards the mountains that way. And there's actually a mountain out there that still has snow on it, and it's the middle of July, which is the weirdest thing. I've never seen snow in the middle of July, but we thought it'd be cool to go towards that way, and hopefully I'll get a couple of cool shots. But for now, we're just gonna relax, and I'll see you guys in the morning. We decided to take a quick detour before we go to our next location where we'll be camping. So right now we're climbing down the face of the mountain basically and trying to get down to a waterfall. There's no real path here, so we just have to slowly get down. Hopefully can get some cool shots down there. We just have to see what it looks like when we get there. There's this waterfall here that we're actually trying to get to right now, but we still have to go across onto that side just to get around to it. But even from here it looks pretty awesome. So I've come a lot closer to the waterfall now, but I think this is the shot I actually want to get. I might do a landscape shot or I'll change it to vertical, but otherwise I think I'm going to focus on this. I'm going to do a slow shutter speed just so you get the movement in the water. I'm going to have to put my camera away soon because it's getting really wet at the moment. There's a lot of mist in the air. So I'll just put the settings on the photo so you can see what I used, and I'll just get the shot. Alright, so we just got to our next location. Tents are pitched up. Last night I was talking about getting closer to the mountain in the background there that has a lot of snow on. So we've ended up at this lake here with a great view. Got another mountain there in the background there as well. It's absolutely stunning here. Let's see how the rest of the day goes. I might just take a break for now and then take some shots later. I have the sun shining on the mountain way in the background there, so I thought I would take out my 100-400mm for this and focus on that mountain in the background and just get some really close detail. With the way the light is, there's casting some nice shadows in certain parts of the mountain, plus the sky is really dramatic behind and it's creating this really nice image. So I thought focusing on that around the center of the mountain would be pretty cool, so I get a bit of the light and a bit of the dark. I'm shooting at ISO 100. It is pretty bright out here and I can actually shoot it that low. I've got it set to f9 as well. I'm trying to get as much detail out of it. There is a bit of haze, so putting up the aperture a little bit higher will help take away some of that haze. And I've also got it set to 1/400th of a second, which will obviously freeze any motion I make. And I've also got it set that high because it is still quite light outside. I'm going to take a landscape shot, focus pretty much on the center of the mountain. I'm actually going to focus on the darkest part of the mountain because it's got a lot of detail in there. While I'm still stood out here, the sun is even shining on the mountain in the background that has a lot of snow on, and it creates this really interesting look because the foreground is really dark and you've got the dark sky in the background as well, but because the snow is so bright it kind of looks like it could be a sky, and there's some parts of the mountain that are sticking through the snow and it makes it look like they're kind of floating, but because it's so bright as well, gonna boost my shutter speed and aperture a little bit higher just to make sure I bring back the detail in those highlights. So for this I've got it set to 1/500th of a second and f11, also ISO 100. I'm gonna shoot a nice landscape shot of this and try and get as much detail in the foreground and in the background, and just kind of focus on where the light beams are from the sun on the snow. And it's giving this really interesting look, and it looks pretty stunning. So yeah, let me just take this shot. So I found this really cool rock that's just sticking out of the water here. So basically I want to focus mainly on just on this rock, not have this one in here. You'll get a little bit of this in and it'll basically be around here. So I'm thinking of shooting this at around f10, which will give a lot of detail to the rock and still give detail to the background. But with the rock being quite close, you're still going to get a nice depth of field. And then I've got it set to ISO 200 and also 1/400th of a second. Let me just take the shot and we can have a look. Okay, so I kind of wanted to find something that gave this place justice. So I've climbed up really high up here right now. You can see down below me as well. And it's an amazing view. There's a lot to see from up here. But I wanted something to show the landscape of how this place is here. I felt all these rocks that are just broken here, that are falling off the side of the cliff face, represent this place really well. So I kind of wanted to get something in with them in, and a little bit of the background landscape and a bit of the water here. Hopefully it justifies this place, and I'm hoping the shot was good enough, but you guys can let me know. Alright, so that's this video done. I've taken a few extra shots as well, which I'll leave at the end of the video as a little slideshow. But otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. So I've come up to a place called Hardangervidda with my friend Chris, who's in the tent at the moment. He's hiding in the tent.